In my 100 years of living, I did not think I would ever say this, but I am falling out of K-pop. Yeah. I fear that I've only been listening to Blackpink's solo projects and that's it. So, for today's video, I'll be sharing some of the key factors that I think are turning me away. Enjoy! I think everyone knows how intense K-pop stans can be. I've been in this fandom since 2018, so I've witnessed firsthand just how extreme some fans can get. In the past, I could easily ignore the toxic side of the fandom and even laugh at the absurdity of it all. But now, it feels almost impossible to just ignore them. At this point, their behavior is starting to ruin my entire experience with K-pop as a whole. I know people always say, just don't interact with the fans, but that's easier said than done when you run an entire YouTube channel dedicated to K-pop. And to be honest, the fans who engage with me on YouTube are actually pretty chill, literally love you all, hello? But the real issue seems to be the ones who primarily use Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. I've seen how unhinged some of these stans can be, and it's honestly terrifying. There's a difference between being passionate about your favorite group and being obsessively overprotective to the point of attacking random strangers over nothing. A few days ago, I came across a tweet dragging either Minji or Wonhee for their looks. I wasn't even sure who the original poster was targeting since, let's be real, both are visual queens. In response, I quoted the tweet with a meme that's widely known and frequently shared on the app. Here's the meme lol. It was a joke. Sarcasm. Nothing deep. I didn't think twice about posting it because, again, it's a common meme. I thought it was pretty obvious that it wasn't meant to be taken seriously. Then, out of nowhere, a bunch of armies started attacking me, calling me stupid and gullible for supposedly believing a tweet that was clearly rage bait. Now, whether or not the original tweet was fake, I thought the meme I used fit the situation perfectly. And the thing is, I had already cleared up the misunderstanding almost immediately, so there shouldn't have been any lingering tension. But no, that didn't stop people from still coming at me. I wasn't even that upset about the initial misinterpretation. It happens. What really got to me was what one person said, no offense, but I just don't typically like jokes that could maybe possibly bring hate to my faves, and I get wanting to defend your idols. I really do. But let's take a second to think about this logically. You just attacked a real, living, breathing person over a harmless meme. Yet somehow, I'm the bad guy because my post might but probably won't send hate to your 7 grown men who don't even know you exist. Seriously, this is exactly the type of behavior that's making it so hard for me to enjoy K-pop the way I used to. I miss when standing groups was fun, when it was about enjoying the music, the performances, and connecting with other fans who actually like talking about the artists instead of constantly looking for drama. But nowadays, it feels like you have to walk on eggshells just to avoid upsetting someone. And for what? Because you breathed too close to someone's fave. Because you dared to joke in a way that someone, somewhere might interpret the wrong way. It's exhausting. Another thing I can't stand about K-pop stans is how insanely hard they go for these idols way too extreme. Some of them act like having a respectful opinion about their favorite artist is the same as sending a death threat. It's actually ridiculous. One time, I said Dopamine was better than Up, and suddenly, I had like 30 solo Karina stans attacking me from every angle. And that was the moment I fully realized we are not in K-pop for the same reasons. Instead of just accepting that people have different tastes, they tried to drag me for the dumbest things, saying stuff like you didn't stream Dopamine enough, or Up has way more streams than Dopamine will ever have. Like, okay, and, first of all, I have never streamed a K-pop song in my life, and I never will. I listen to music because I enjoy it, not because I feel obligated to push numbers for an artist who doesn't even know I exist. And before anyone twists my words, I'm not shading people who do stream. If streaming makes you happy, go for it. What I am shading, though, are the people who act like streaming is some kind of moral obligation and shame others for not doing it. The way some K-pop stans treat streaming numbers like a life or death situation is beyond me. They act like their favorite idols' entire careers depend on whether some random person on the internet streams a song 24/7. Newsflash, these idols are already successful. Your one extra stream isn't making or breaking their career. Yet, stans will throw full-blown tantrums if you even imply that you don't stream music like they do. And let's be real, half of these stans don't even like the songs they're fighting over. They just stream them to win imaginary fan wars. Like, be honest with yourself. Do you actually enjoy the song? Or are you just trying to boost numbers so you can brag about chart positions on Twitter? Because if you have to bully people into streaming, maybe the song isn't that good to begin with. At the end of the day, I'm here for the music and the artists, not for this weird, cult-like behavior where people treat streaming as a requirement to prove your loyalty. If you enjoy streaming, that's cool, but the second you start shaming people for not doing it, yeah, that's where I draw the line. Every single day, it feels like I come across either an idol being racist or a fan saying something blatantly racist, and honestly, I'm exhausted. I really don't even want to go in depth with this one because it's the same conversation over and over again. But let's be real, the hypocrisy is insane. How are you going to sit here and consume K-pop, a genre that is literally built on black culture, and still be racist? Make it make sense. Nothing in K-pop is truly original. It takes heavy influence from black music, black fashion, and black culture as a whole. From hip-hop and R&B inspirations to streetwear trends, K-pop thrives on elements that originated in black communities. And yet, some of y'all have the audacity to be racist while enjoying something that wouldn't even exist without black people. That's wild. I don't even know why I expect better anymore. Time and time again, we've seen idols do racist things, we've seen fans brush it off, and we've seen people pick and choose when to hold someone accountable. If it's an idol they don't like, suddenly they're cancelled for life. But if it's their fave, suddenly it's they didn't know better, it was just a mistake, or they apologized, move on. The double standards are disgusting. At the end of the day, if you're going to listen to music heavily inspired by black culture, the bare minimum you can do is show some respect. But clearly, that's asking for too much. The lsfm hate train is the perfect example of how fast y'all like to switch up. Do you all remember the overwhelming love these girls received during their debut era and anti-fragile era? Like, seriously, what the hell happened? It's actually insane how quickly the narrative changed. When they first debuted, people were hyping them up, calling them the next big thing, praising their stage presence, visuals, and sound. During anti-fragile era, everyone was obsessed with their confidence, performances, and the way they were carving out their own identity in the industry. But now, the same people who were once praising them non-stop are suddenly acting like they were never good to begin with. And don't even get me started on yves era. That was a nightmare. An actual nightmare. The second they dropped yves, suddenly everyone had a problem. Now, they can't sing, and they're being called unoriginal and accused of copying other artists, as if the entire K-pop industry isn't built on shared influences. Where was this energy before? Why is it only an issue now? And like I said earlier, nothing in K-pop is original enough for y'all to be going this insane over. Be so for real. K-pop thrives on borrowing elements from different genres, cultures, and even other groups within the industry. Yet, the second it's sserafim, suddenly it's a crime. The double standards are exhausting. At this point, people don't even dislike them for valid reasons, it's just trendy to hate them now. The bandwagon hate is so predictable, and honestly, it says more about y'all than it does about them. I genuinely believe Seunghan's whole situation also played a huge role in making me feel distant from K-pop. It makes me so upset knowing this man was bullied relentlessly by a bunch of so-called fans just because he had a girlfriend before he debuted. And what makes it even crazier, this wasn't even his current girlfriend, it was an ex. A past relationship. They aren't even together anymore. And even if they were, who gives a fuck? Like, seriously, y'all might as well start hating every idol in existence, because I promise you, more than half of the industry is dating behind the scenes. Do you really think these grown adults who are constantly surrounded by other attractive, successful people are just sitting around waiting for you? Damn, I wish I was delusional like that. The entitlement some fans have is so weird. The way they act like idols owe them lifelong celibacy just because they bought an album or streamed a song. Insane behavior. And the absolute worst part, the same people attacking seunghan would be the first ones to cry if their fave got treated the same way. The hypocrisy is unreal. At the end of the day, idols are human beings. They deserve to have relationships, friendships, and private lives just like everyone else. And if you genuinely believe an idol who's years older than you has a chance of dating you, I hate to break it to you, but girl, that's the case. It's sad to admit, but K-pop has significantly impacted the way I see myself and my body. No matter what I do, it feels like I'm never fit enough, and I constantly find myself comparing my body to these idols who are often dangerously underweight. The worst part is that this mindset isn't just affecting me, it's affecting all of us. Since when did being severely underweight become the standard for body goals? The normalization of extreme thinness in the industry is harmful, yet so many people continue to praise it without questioning the consequences. Idols are forced to maintain unrealistic body standards, often through extreme dieting and overexerting, and fans internalize these same expectations. It creates a toxic cycle where both idols and their supporters feel pressured to look a certain way, regardless of how unhealthy it may be. What's even more heartbreaking is how this mindset erases the importance of real health. We see people justifying unhealthy weights as discipline or hard work, when in reality, it's often the result of severe restrictions and immense pressure. It makes me wonder how many people are silently suffering, chasing an impossible standard that was never meant to be achievable in the first place. At the end of the day, I truly hope these idols are okay because, after all, they're still human beings, just like us. They have families, friends, and loved ones who care about them. It's easy to forget that behind the polished performances and idealized images, these idols experience the same struggles and emotions we do. Imagine if something were to happen to them, how would we feel knowing that the industry, and even their fans, placed such immense pressure on them to conform to unrealistic expectations? We often get caught up in the entertainment they provide and forget about their well-being. The physical and emotional toll of living in the public eye can be overwhelming, and it's crucial for us as fans to remember their humanity and treat them with the same kindness and respect we expect for ourselves. Their worth isn't defined by their appearance or performance. They deserve to live healthy, balanced lives, free from the pressures that come with extreme expectations. So, what does this mean for my channel? It means that I will be quitting. Okay, I'm joking. Sure, the amount of joy I get from K-pop isn't the same as it was a few years ago, but I will always have love and support for it. K-pop holds a special place in my heart, and I think it would be impossible for me to completely abandon it. Even when it comes to my channel, it's so hard to leave because I built this space out of my love for K-pop. And of course, I could never leave you guys. You are all so sweet to me, I truly don't deserve you. One thing I will say, though, is that I've been wanting to create a second channel for a very long time. I'm not sure what kind of content it will have yet, but just know that it won't be K-pop related. So, stay tuned for that lol.